What's happening? Andy here. I'm joined today by Vaclav Muchna of Ysoft, CEO of Ysoft, founder, and Ysoft is a print management company. You guys are located in Brno, Czech Republic. Good morning. How are you? Good afternoon.
Good morning. Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for having me.
We are very happy to have you. We have some big news. I'm going to let you share it. You guys made a big announcement this morning. What was it?
Yeah, I'm excited to announce that Ysoft has acquired EveryonePrint, the cloud print management company.
Very exciting. Very exciting. Congratulations. So EveryonePrint,
thank you.
I've worked with them in the past. Great people. We have over here, they had a representative, Kevin Hoverman is pretty well known. So in our BTA channel, in our reseller community. So you got a company that was starting to make some grounds here. But they're not from here. They're actually out of Copenhagen, I believe, right? Denmark.
Correct, Denmark.
And so, another global company, kind of your neighbor, not really your neighbor, but in the EU, right? So, or down I guess up the block, up down the street, right? A few thousand miles maybe. So, tell me a little bit. First, let's talk about Ysoft. Who's Ysoft, and then let's talk about EveryonePrint and why you bought them.
So Ysoft, we're a print management company. We've been doing this since 20 years ago. So we are well established, globally operating with offices in US, Europe, APAC. So obviously our dominant solution called SafeQ is on-premise solution. And a couple of years ago, we've started our journey of bringing the whole thing into cloud. In a way that is not what we would call like lift and shift, but really we decided to redesign the whole thing to be cloud native, to be containerized, to benefit from scalable cloud architecture. And EveryonePrint, contrary to that, is cloud only company. They don't have any on-premise product, and they started with cloud a couple of years sooner than we did. So they have, I have to admit, a bit of advantage in that aspect. And the reason why we bought them is, well, first of all, it is there is a lot of complementary things. It may look like we're both competitors, but when we look at cloud, for example, their cloud expertise is in AWS. Our cloud expertise is Azure. So the combined company, we are going to have a very strong expertise in both dominant cloud ecosystem of the world. When we look at channels, we are dominant in playing with vendors. That's most of our business. But when we look at EveryonePrint, they are also strong in a channel, in independent dealers. And that type of channel, we've never been really strong at. So from that standpoint, the acquisition actually helps us to get access to the channel. And when we look at the EveryonePrint itself, they have been tremendously successful. They have been growing very fast, but their challenge is how you scale fast enough in this very competitive environment. And Ysoft has established global presence. And that's what makes additional sense into the bigger picture. So all in, I would say that it is confirmation of our strategy, cloud first, where we are really determined to build a world's cloud leader in print management.
So it is interesting. You are one of, I would say, a real select handful that I would say are the leaders in print management. You were there very early on. You've made a reputation, like your competitors, in a world that was built on servers, right? And so it has sort of opened the door for a company to start from fresh, and that's kind of what EveryonePrint did. And they did have a lot of momentum with cloud products, and the benefit from where I sit, obviously there's a lot of benefits to cloud, but getting rid of those servers makes this print management solution a lot more affordable to the smaller customer. And in the past, that was, your focus, if I remember correctly, and working with you, what I've learned is your focus, you're very strong with enterprise, right? You
Right.
have a very rich,
Mhm.
sophisticated product. Enterprise customers love it, but where you, I think, we're looking to get some advantages with cloud, or as you move downstream to these smaller customers who can't really afford the servers and the ongoing maintenance that they require, right? So, but EveryonePrint didn't have to work around servers. They got to start from scratch and build right into the cloud. So so they seem to get a bit of a jump on some of the more traditional print management companies, right? So obviously that's what makes them attractive to you. How do you see this as an entry level? Is this something you think is going to really help bring the Ysoft brand down to the SMB market? Is this something you're looking to move towards a little bit more aggressively now that you have this partnership, or more like this new family member, I should say?
Yeah, yeah. So here's the thing. Ysoft, my suspicion or my feeling is that Ysoft is sort of perceived as a bit of a dinosaur. We've been here forever in this market. So the first thing is that the acquisition should actually demonstrate our commitment to cloud. And doing cloud product, how many people would, and how long would they really need to understand that our cloud product is real native cloud and it's scalable and everything, and it's not just the old on-prem solution shifted to the cloud. So this is definitely a shortcut for us. This is a definitely shortcut that will make sure, because of this, the companies, the clients, the partners, the dealers will understand how serious we are about cloud. Because I also hear a lot of fears from those who are really interested in cloud, that they would think that companies like us would like to protect the on-prem installations. And this is actually not the case with Ysoft, right? We actually want to migrate customers to cloud, and we really believe that cloud is the future. And we don't have investors behind our back saying what's this quarter results. So we can actually afford, a little or even a bigger drop in revenues, because in cloud, obviously you charge monthly, and we used to be prepaid pretty much for the entire length of the MPS contract. So one thing is to really shortcut the understanding that Ysoft is absolutely serious about cloud, and this is the future that we see. The second thing is that it's not only about having the product itself for the channel, but it's also about the language that you use and the way how you market yourself, and the way how your pricing works. And there are so many other attributes. And what we know at Ysoft, just you hit the nail on the head. We are focused on enterprise, and we know how to work with large companies. But that approach to channel is, and we know it is, counterproductive. It's just too difficult, right? So for us, it's also with EveryonePrint, we're also getting know-how about how to work with channel, and how to be closer to them with the language, with the way how we communicate, but with our services, with the offering, with the entire offering. And on the product side, let me say one thing. We are absolutely committed to support EveryonePrint's product, HCP, globally, from a sales standpoint, from a support standpoint. We're also going to be selling Ysoft SafeQ Cloud. That's for sure, in parallel to that. However, what we are doing with EveryonePrint is that we are integrating them into Ysoft. So the aim is not to have two separate companies that are doing sort of similar things based on different channel, but we organizationally, we are integrating EveryonePrint. So we're integrating their sales teams, their support teams, so that our people will support, we are just deleting the boundary. And as far as the product goes, of course, the obvious question would be, so which product will survive? Is it SafeQ Cloud, or is it HCP? And the answer is simple. We are in cloud. We're not going to be killing either product. We are going to be continually and gradually bring these products closer and closer together. So in certain point of time, and how fast this is to be determined, I guess it will take a couple of years. But by the end of the day, there is going to be one common code base. So one system. Whether we brand it this way or that way, we haven't decided yet on how are we going to approach the branding. But the beauty of that is that in cloud, we're not going to be implying pain on our customers by forcing them to upgrade, update, migrate, whatever. We're in cloud, so this is going to be seamlessly happening behind the curtains. And one day there is just going to be one common code base. So we're really merging the experience from both teams. And my personal vision is that when you just deploy new tenant and you just go to a cloud portal and you say, hey, I want to establish new customer, you just pick, I want to do it in the AWS. Maybe you say East Coast US AWS or West Coast US Azure. So there is also going to be this choice. I think, again, for smaller customers, they probably don't care at all. But if you have a very large enterprise and they already have their other infrastructure, either in Azure or in AWS, our ability and capability to deliver the solution within their infrastructure, within the way how their infrastructure works, is certainly going to be a big advantage. So really, we're integrating that, and for that purpose, it was very important to me to really see what's EveryonePrint's culture, company culture, and how would that fit? Because if you really don't want to keep the company standalone, this is #1 priority for me. And I was really surprised how the teams clicked. Really, it's like from the very first moment, it was me and Toss, the former CEO of EveryonePrint. He will continue at the Ysoft as CTO for print management. And we clicked right immediately. And then, when I looked at our team members, it was the same thing. So it is really exciting, and we acquired them, but in a sense, we approach it with a merger mindset.
So, tell me about that a little bit. And just to back up, I look at you, and I mean, you're a businessman now because you became a businessman, but I know your beginnings where you started writing code. You started as a student, you started this company because you worked on projects, right? And you wrote code and wrote code and wrote code. And, I visited your facility, I visited your Prague offices, I've seen Ysoft Ventures, your investment house, I guess is the way I would call it, what I would call that, where you fund a think tank of students who are constantly coming up with innovative new projects that you fund. And what was it like for you personally to just sit there and say, you know what, maybe we should acquire them instead of building it ourselves? Because I know you think that, and you can build it yourself. You've already built it yourself. At some point you had to consider the time it was going to take versus this is a really good company that I think would fit well. How is that for you to deal with looking at this and saying, we should buy it. I know we can build it, but let's just buy it. How did that work in your head?
Well, first of all, if you're thinking that way, you want to wait a little bit because you don't know whether they are going to be successful or not. So of course we know each other with Tufts for the years, but in my head, I didn't know, is it going to be them? Is it going to be another company who's going to be more successful, right? So if you're doing acquisitions like that, you may want to wait a little bit and see, who on the market is actually going to make the leap and who's going to make, the biggest buzz. So in my brain, it was more about, what is the right timing? And then I thought, like, we'll see. Either they are going to get a lot of traction and then we can do something together, or they won't. And then, but really in my brain, more important is the company culture. So how is it working? How it will be working together? What is their driver, right? And Tufts, he's just like me. He's also an engineer, or he used to be an engineer, right? So we share similar passion for the technology. We share similar passion for customers, and really, both of us see entrepreneurship as a stewardship to solve customer problems, right? So for us, it's not like the reason for being an entrepreneur is not to make money; it's to solve the problems. And don't take me wrong, I mean, money is important and I like them. That's all right. But it's not the purpose, it's a result. And that's the critical difference, right? So money is important, but the money is result. Money is reward for you solving a problem. And when I've seen that both companies really, think that way, and on sort of stagnant market, we are seeing consolidation is happening all the time. It was just really, I think it was just a matter of time that the two companies will find a way together.
Very exciting. Very exciting. Well, congratulations to you. I will let you go. Thank you so much for sharing this. We literally just posted it. I'm very very humbled that you guys were you called to schedule this so soon after the announcement. It really literally just broke on our website just this morning. I was looking at your website all morning because I was told something big was coming. I didn't know what it was, so I kept refreshing until just before our call. Now I did see it. So just very exciting news. I look forward to coming out and visiting you. You did mention that culture. You have just a wonderful building, a great group of people out there that I met in two locations, in Brno, which is a smaller city village outside of probably a couple hours outside of Prague, isn't it?
2 hours.
2 hours, yeah.
We say it's between Prague and Vienna.
Yeah, it is between Prague and Vienna. I think I traveled out of Vienna when I left there. So just a great area, great company, and I think this is going to fill a big gap for you as far as the SMB market, those smaller, medium customers. That's certainly going to be an area where you're going to be able to, I think, move very aggressively into that market. And so I wish you success to that. But thanks so much for coming on today and sharing that great news, Vaclav.
Thanks for having me, Andy. And have a good
day. See
day.
you again, and we'll talk soon. Take care.
Take care. Bye now.